All right, we'll call the meeting to order. The meeting has been noticed to Evans Print and Media Group, WCOW Radio, Magnum Radio, La Crosse Tribune, Sparta City Hall, and Sparta Free Library. Are there any changes to the agenda?
No, there are not.
All right, I will take a motion to adopt the agenda, please.
So moved.
I have a motion from Ms. Prestwood. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Mr. Burns Gilbert. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Mr. Russ, do we have any public input?
We do not.
All right, thank you. Item 2A, employment recommendations.
And the employment recommendations are attached in board docs.
So I will entertain a motion to, for the employment recommendations.
While you take a look at those in board docs, we're very happy to have new staff members, but I do want to let you know that we did hire the Dean of Students at SHS. Went through the interview process, and Mr. Sands is the Dean of Students for next year at SHS. With that move, I'm happy to announce that Mr. Blaha will be no longer the sales principal. I know it's mixed emotions. I know he's worked very hard to build those positive relationships with the staff, the students, and their board. But taking the challenge to moving to the assistant principal role at SHS to assist Mr. Ford specifically with evaluations, because Dean of Students cannot evaluate teachers. Another person to bounce ideas off and that sort of thing there. And Dr. Burnett has accepted the challenge of the sales responsibility. And Mr. Blaha has we've communicated that, and I know that the sales board and the sales staff is excited to welcome Dr. Burnett to their family as well. So just some highlights from the employment recommendations, along with teachers and classified staff, extra duty contracts, and that sort of thing.
And thanks to everyone for all of your making this as fluid of a transition as possible. We couldn't do it without all of you. So, all right, I will entertain that motion.
I'll move the employment recommendations.
I have a motion from Mr. Hendricks. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
I have a second from Ms. Prestwood. Roll call.
Ms. Prestwood. Yes. Mr. McKenna,
Yes.
Mr. Schulze,
Yes.
Mr. Burns Gilbert,
Yes.
Ms. Lopez. Yes. Mr. Wells,
Yes.
Mr. Hendricks.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Item 2B, discussion and possible recommendation to approve an increase in SASD's health aide hourly wage. Mr. Russ.
Sorry. If you recall, back in June, the board approved the classified wages for the 22-23 school year. Part of that was looking at a market adjustment to specific groups within the classified staff. Through that process, what slipped by us, and I apologize for that, is that when we did those market adjustments for the 21-22 school year, the health aides were 26 cents an hour above the educational assistants. One of the reasons why they were originally placed 26 cents above the educational assistants is that we require our health aides to be CNAs. So that was the reason behind the increased hourly wage. Well, we went through the market adjustments, and if memory serves me, Holman in our district are the only ones that do health aides. So that skipped by us. So the approved hourly rate for health aides and educational assistants are on the screen, and we realize that the health aides are behind the educational assistants. So to make that right, to honor that CNA certification, which are needed, we would like to make the health aides 26 cents an hour above the educational assistants. And moving forward, our plan is to tie the two together to make that right the best we can moving forward. So it's our recommendation to approve the level 1, 2, and 3 for the health aide, which would be 26 cents an hour more than the educational assistants due to the CNA certification that we require.
Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to Approve an increase to the SASD's health aide hourly wage to 26 cents per hour above the educational assistant levels.
I'll make the motion.
All right, I have a motion from Mr. Hendricks. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
I have a second from Mrs. Lopez. Roll call.
Mr. Schulze,
Yes.
Mr. Burns Gilbert,
Yes.
Mr. McKenna,
Yes.
Mr. Wells,
Yes.
Ms. Lopez,
Yes.
Ms. Presswood,
Yes.
Mr. Hendricks.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0. Item 3A, motion to move to closed session for discussion and possible action to conduct a formal evaluation on the superintendent as per Wisconsin Statute 19.85, parent 1, parent C, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility. Do I have a motion?
Before we make the motion, I'm sorry. Are we actually needing to perform an evaluation, or are we continuing to discuss the evaluation tool?
We are, what's the best way to state this? So we are going to be speaking about compensation under the Wisconsin Statute 19.85, parent 1, parent C.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So it's the compensation, not
Yes,
necessarily
sir.
the performance evaluation.
Correct.
All right. Thank you.
All right, and with that, I will entertain the motion.
Make that motion.
All right, I have a motion from Mr.
I'll
Burns
sec-
Gilbert, a second from, sorry, was that you, Mr. McKenna?
No, it was me.
Mr. Wells? Okay, thank you. Roll call.
Mr. McKenna,
Yes.
Mr. Wells,
Yes.
Ms. Presswood,
Yes.
Mr. Schulze,
Yes.
Mr. Hendricks.
Yes.
Mr. Burns Gilbert,
Yes.
Ms. Lopez.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0. We are in closed session.